Oh my God. I feel
so
like
easy.
Like someone has a similar parenting experience, which is funny.
We all have that parenting experience.
Oh, I've seen people show off and make their kids eat, oh, he loves broccoli. He's going to get his broccoli out and he carries broccoli with him.
I hear that too. I hear like,
kids.
I think it's really funny when I get like a first time mom and like pregnant with the second, and they're like, it's just my kid is so excited about the second baby. And I'm like, wait till that baby comes out and that fucking first grows horns and red eyes.
Right.
Like, they don't know they're getting traded for a year.
Right. And then they take turns. Oh my God, my 7-year-old now. Mm-hmm. I don't have to worry about him listening to this, but he's just a dick right now.
No, they go through these like hormonal stages. I think seven. Is 7 third grade? Second. Yeah.
He's like, Mom, Dad, I hate you, and stomps around, slamming doors, and it's like, oh my God, who is this guy? Where did he come from?
That must be your parenting. That never happened to me.
Oh, fine. And
that's totally normal.
And I don't pull the rubber hose out and beat him either. So
no, I think that's illegal now. But as tempting as it is,
oh my God, I want to so bad.
There's some times where you're just like, okay.
It's like the reverse. It's like you got to tap out. And just like...
You have to leave the room.
Yeah, I'm going to go take a walk.
Just walk.
You deal with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we take turns on you deal with him. And what's amazing, he's a super sweet, good kid, but he's like just the last... And I mean, we're, in uncharted waters with 2020 as well, but God, he's turned into a monster.
Well, and there's no way that they are not picking up on the family stress. It's impossible.
Oh, especially around the election. Like...
Yeah. I mean, don't you remember?
We were amped up last week.
I remember in 2016 when Trump was elected, kids were coming to school crying. I mean, children, like, I remember the teachers saying this is the worst day we've ever had, like, back at school, kind of dealing with everything going on. So, yeah, I mean.
So we're not going to have a Stockholm in a Trump Tower anytime soon.
No, I can almost assure you that I will never open a restaurant, another one ever again. This is
you're done.
This has been the nail in the coffin. I'm going to fight like hell to keep this one, and then
do one really good one.
Just one really good one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, what's amazing too is I don't know. I want to think we're I just want America to be nice again. Like. We respect each other. We all have differences.
Yeah. I think a lot of this happened, though, because we were not hiding. That's not the right word. I'm sorry. I think that we were looking at extremes to kind of define ourselves as a society. And I love the Obama administration. But I do think we got a little comfortable in this idea that we were further along than we actually thought because we had this, this symbolism of, look, we're past this type of,
we made it.
We did it. And, what happened this year wasn't new. It was just the pot.
Right. I just want people to feel a little shame if they decide to flip somebody else off, It's everybody's just hot right now.
Right. I think everybody is really hot right now. And
then you got Michael Moore attacking climate change.
Wait, what?
You haven't heard that?
No.
Oh, I'll say. Yeah, no, Mike. And then Michael Moore, I think he's gone too far over because now he's saying that like recycling and renewables is a big scam and. Yeah.
Do you want me to comment on this?
Yeah, go ahead. You might have a better insight than I do.
It seems like it is a little bit. So,
well, first, it used to be economics, where recycling for what they were paying overseas in China for recyclable materials made everything very viable. It was economically viable. But I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Well, and you actually might know more about this than I do. But what I know from like a restaurant perspective, specifically to Petaluma.
Well, let me ask you about straws. Where do you stand on straws? Or is that too? Or are we going to edit that out?
Oh no, we use paper straws.
Right.
I mean, I love to drink with a straw. I fucking love straws, but it's fine.
I like dolphins too.
You just get a metal one, or you get a glass one, or you get a paper one.
The glass ones, that's for
My mother has those. I really like them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, they're all fine. I mean, this is the time, because of the sacrifices we have refused to make prior to this moment. Now we have to make them. So yes, I do prefer the ocean over my straw. But we carry paper straws at Stockholm, actually, and all of them we have for a while. Are they illegal now?
I don't know. In Oakland, because I used to work in Oakland, they're very anti-plastic. So straws are out, plastic, food containers are out. It's all out. And it doesn't bother me.
Eventually Eventually we need to get there in terms of, COVID has brought in.
What about freedom though? I'm laughing.
Right? I know.
Come on, people.
Yeah. Freedom doesn't come without sacrifice.
Right?
I mean,
there's no free lunch.
There is no free lunch. Like all the to-go containers. And the problem is like, so for the longest time we were getting all these, recyclable, non-plastic to-go coffee cups and the ones that were made of corn, it could melt. But then here's the deal. Those don't actually melt unless they're under scalding hot water. So once they end up in a landfill, it might as well be plastic. They don't disintegrate for thousands of years. But so we end up as an establishment for the sake of like aesthetics.
Do you need to check your phone?
No, I don't know how to turn the volume off.
I'm pro phone.
Who the fuck is calling me?
Especially if you got 2 10-year-old twins.
No, they're all fine. Yeah.
And they got a built-in friend.
They do have a built-in friend, a brother that they fight with. But so anyway, we were getting these containers, and then I find out that they might as well be plastic, and that they're not be breaking down, and they're not the recyclable. They're not being accepted to be recyclable,
so it's in that weird in between place.
Yeah, because they should be compostable.
Right.
So, but
they're really not.
But they're not, and so the compost.
They are in a lab with a
them.
laser.
Right. So it is quite complicated. And when China stopped taking our garbage, everything seemed to change over here a little bit.
Or even when they stopped paying for it.
Oh, well,
I mean, the recycling, they used to pay top dollar for recycling. And then all of a sudden you take something that was a commodity, and I was a little involved in the solid waste business for a little while.
Yeah.
But you take something that's a commodity that has value, and all of a sudden the market disappears. Yeah, that was 2008. It turned back to garbage. And things people used to pay you for, now you've got to pay to take away.
Yeah.
It just flipped the whole economics on all of it.
Yeah. Well, now when they don't take it at all, and
Singapore or whoever else we used to dump on.
So and then Petaluma is really complicated because the law.
Well, I'm going to probably offend some people right now. I was kind of pro asphalt plant.
What is that?
The asphalt plant that they were going to build on the edge of town out there by the new storage place where the Petaluma, it's painted.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
I've been drowning in Stockholm.
Well, this has been ongoing. It's a hot topic in Petaluma for a couple of years. But
it's my drowning time.
Yeah.
Are they doing it?
No.
They shut it down. I'm aware of the cell tower.
There's a lot of environmental concerns, but the irony is, in a lot of ways too, it generates less environmental impact because it's closer and you don't have to transport anything. And anyway, and the roads are so bad. It's like I want some balance.
It's an interesting thing because I've thought a lot about how pre-COVID we were actually talking about how to get reusable to-go containers and how to actually rotate those in and out.
Oh, right.
Because we had all the dishwashers and everything. And then it's like, okay, that's fine. And then you think about water.
I know, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, well, I'm convinced water is the next commodity. So yeah, you kind of have to kind of pick your poison or pick your fight.
Right.
But I'm hoping to get back into concern for the environment since I've gone through what feels like 8 million gloves. in 6 months.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Yeah.
You ever think, you know what, everybody in the car, we're going to Sweden?
We definitely had a few moments of that. We definitely
it's a choice, especially with the with healthcare just alone.
Well, we did think maybe at one point of taking the twins and me going, and they could go to school there, get acclimated with the language. The thing is my middle son, he's just not interested at all. And he's like, I play baseball. I play football. I'm an American. I'm not fucking going to Sweden.
Oh, stop.
That is,
work on your sword play for a couple years, kid.
I know. I was like, what about like rowing?
Right.
But so, yeah, we've thought about it, but it's not happening. We're not, I mean, now my basic thought is, are we going to be able to keep the house? I'm down to like bare bone
expense wise
thinking. Yeah. So, Sweden is an option though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How about, so the restaurant, I mean, that's going to be a little daunting too, looking at possibly more restrictions, but now because like in March, there was no curbside. Nobody knew what curbside delivery was or pickup, you know?
Well, they certainly did in the city. Right.
That was kind of the model, right?
Mm-hmm. They certainly
did.
Doing
that for 30 years.
I mean, but, it didn't seem all that popular here, or it was gaining a little popularity, and then it was a necessity.
Right. That's the only way you could do business for a while, you know.
That was it. And I fear that we're getting right back into that because of the weather. And so the nights are going to get really cold. The outdoor dining's not gonna last forever. No, if it rains, like there's. So I'm actually just thinking about this now in terms of because the weather changed pretty quickly, and then we got a grant from the city to build a parklet. So that was a grant we applied for. We got it, and so that's going to happen. But because I don't really know where everything is going to be situated,
what's a parklet?
So we basically have a parklet right now. Have you seen the restaurant lately where it has those orange lining?
Yeah. The barriers out on this.
Yes. So. Right. But they are going to build that, make it aesthetically look like.
Oh, that's awesome!
Outdoor seating,
like a cafe seating, instead of just putting you on the street.
Exactly. So they're going to take.
You should just close that part of the street.
That's what whatever. So
I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't. No, seriously, close a couple streets in town.
Yeah, I think the retail would be pissed. Honestly, I don't even think the bagel mill would like it. And then the grocery store is right there. So they're not going to close that.
Yeah, the groceries are totally.
They're not going to close that street.
Yeah, anyway.
So yeah, we're getting the parklet, but now I don't have heaters and I just don't have a lot of money. I have to be really, really, really smart the way I'm spending my money.
Well, hopefully we'll get another PPP style thing going.
Yeah, hopefully. But we don't have it now, and
you can't bet on it for sure.
And you're constantly asking the question: is outdoor seating going to bring more people in, or is it bringing in the people that are buying takeout anyway?
Right, and cannibalizing your own.
Right. So if I'm spending money for the same revenue,
why am I spending money?
Why am I spending money?
Right.
Yeah, and it's really, really, really challenging to mitigate this fine line between health and comfort, because obviously health is precedent,
right? But
comfort is a major part of hospitality. So we're all kind of struggling. It seems like I don't know how it is logistically being handled. It seems like Wild Goat has been doing a really good job. Tea Room. I think that the ability to sit outside, they acted on that really quickly. And I think that was a really smart. We didn't act as quick.
Well, what about zoning? You've got that parking lot on the west side of the building, but can you...
I have full approval to use that space however I want. It just didn't pay off. People weren't using it. And It seemed that people were sitting more in front. And so I think it was a better visual.
People are going to do what they're going to do too.
Yeah, it's weird. It was because I thought, oh, that's a sure thing. And it just, it wasn't.
Right.
So I'm learning a lot. I mean, I was really lucky. And then COVID happened on a Sunday, and I